everybody, back at the Vancouver Folk Festival. I'm here with Kanatal from Taiwan. This is going to be a second of our series. We had another band from Taiwan called Small Island Big Song that we had them come through a while ago. And it was wonderful because we learned so much about Taiwanese music that literally we had no idea about. I mean, most people didn't even realize that there was an indigenous population in Taiwan, which is something that you guys actually talk about in this. It's beautiful music. It's also a bit of a revelation. So I would love to know if you guys could, this is Kanatal, if you guys could introduce yourselves, please, and then tell us your story.
We are Kanatal in Taiwan, and we are 4 different traditional together. Mm-hmm. And I'm Abus, I'm Bunun, and I'm Mix in Taiwan.
Okay.
Yes, and I'm a singer. And I'm so honored to have this chance to together and be here to share our culture and our original song to Canadians. So
I'm Suana Amuichiranasai. I'm Miss Tribe, yes. And this time I'm a singer and pianist and cello.
Okay.
Yeah.
Very cool.
我叫马萨阿力，然后平常是弹吉他的，然后也唱歌，然后做音乐。
Okay, this is Masa Ali. He is a guitar player. He's also a singer-songwriter as well. Yeah.
我是马楚卡勒布万，我是鼓手，对，然后有时候会唱歌，但主要也是打鼓这样子。
And this is Bayatu. He's the drummer. Sometimes he sings. He really likes rhythms and beats.
This is a folk festival, in a beautiful part of the country. We just talked to Golosalo Orchestra. They're representing Chile. You guys are representing Taiwan, but you're also representing each particular tribe. So this is an interesting story because this is an opportunity for people to learn a bit more than just you're from Taiwan. When did this sense of identity that we are of Taiwan, but we're also of this tribe, what's the origin of this?
其实我们在表达我们自己的 identity 的时候，其实是因为我们在过去有好长的一段时间是不可以就是成为一个原住民的，对。然后事实上呢，在这段时间我们失去了很多文化语言，甚至很多的有关于原住民的事物。可是在近几年呢，开始就是有一些这个团体。我们开始重视了原住民文化，然后好像也跟世界一样，就是大家一起来接轨。所以说呢，在这个状态之中，我们可以开始为自己发声，然后帮我们原住民在台湾的地位，甚至是在台湾的影响力都慢慢建立起来。然后到现在，台湾的原住民其实在台湾已经算是一个有一定程度影响力的团队了。
For a while in Taiwan, Indigenous pride or like the indigenous identity is not really a thing because they were stopped from expressing themselves. So only recently, the world as well, in Taiwan, indigenous tribes have started to rediscover their heritage and started to, form bands or different groups to share their culture and preserve their culture. It's also good to see because the rest of the world is also recognizing indigenous tribes and identities more and more. So they're glad this is happening and they want to continue this trend with their music. You're here, so obviously people wanted to see you and hear you.
How are you received in Taiwan? How is this? Is this a scene? Are you many other bands? Is this something that is bubbling up and people are listening to or are going to watch? Or is it a little more academy, a little more separate from the general mainstream?
我们这个团体呢，其实最主要是因为我们其实来自不同的地方，然后我们4个人的结合，是因为我们都是音乐人，对，然后我们特别为了一个计划，然后才就为了就是加拿大计划，我们才开始进行就是团体的训练，对，然后大家一起排练这样子。那在台湾的话，我觉得台湾人对于原住民音乐的认识是一件很新颖的事情，他们会觉得很好奇，会觉得很奇怪，因为在过去是没有办法知道这些东西的。对，现在他们可以开始接受了，然后并且呢，就是说不管是原住民音乐还是其他族群的音乐，也开始在市场上面发生。所以说呢，我觉得台湾人他们目前为止是以一种很新鲜的方式在感觉我们这样子，然后我们就趁这个机会把我们的文化全部赶快的传出去。
Taiwanese people are actually with indigenous music or music from different cultures. People think it's refreshing and are listening to it with a curious mind. So, because of this current curious trend, Kanatal wants to take this chance to share their music and share their culture while everyone is listening intently. Because each of them are different musicians themselves, so they only formed this band really because of this plan to come to Canada. So they started writing music together recently. And it's a really cool experience because they're all from different tribes. So they're taking this chance to share their story and share their music. It's not just music, it is also a story of culture and preservation.
This is an interesting time for that story also because the world is a complicated place and we're dealing with climate change, climate crisis. Indigenous communities have a different relationship with nature, have a different relationship with the world in general. And it feels like it's needed, like it's an important message right now. But I'm curious, how is that message being received in a place like Taipei? What's the long-term, plan with this? Because it's beautiful music, but do you feel there's enough there to change people's minds, especially within Taiwan, to have that kind of relationship with nature?
其实我们最大的功能就是在使用音乐来说故事，对，这是我们的能力。然后我们的长期计划，其实从这一次开始，我们期待就是因为台湾有一个性格哦，这个性格就是说他们对于从国外回去的东西，他们是非常感兴趣的。倘若说今天我们来到了其他的地方，然后做了一些事情，我们告诉更多人，就是并不是只是单纯台湾人，告诉更多人知道说，在台湾就是有这样子的族群，在台湾除了台北以外，其实有更多美丽的、很自然的地方，就像是我们的家乡一样，都是很自然的地方，我们都住在山上或海边。对，那其实我会觉得说，透过这样子一个可能短期3年以上的一个 tour， 让这些事情不断的执行，不断的做，来慢慢的把在国外的状态先建立起来，然后很快的，因为我们建立起国外的状态，在国内就会非常容易的，就是让大家吸收，让大家直接的认知了解，对，这是最快速的方式。
Taiwan's relationship with the world is very peculiar. So in Taiwan, Taiwanese people are very curious about outside stuff. So if you come back from abroad, they're really interested in what you have to say. So the band is taking this chance to kind of learn about the outside world, learn the situation here, and also share their story. Because none of them come from Taipei. So they kind of want to also say, you know, in their own homeland, where they grew up, in their tribes, all of this nature is still really beautiful. And it, you know, they want to share this, and it's right there in their backyard, outside of the city. So to share this with the world, the outside world, to build a relationship with other countries, other lands, they can bring back what they learned to Taiwan. And this way, they find that it might be easier and faster to build a relationship with other Taiwanese people as well.
Anything else that you want to tell the world about what's going on?
还有其他要讲的吗？分享。我要讲什么？
可以啊，
我讲什么？
真男女。
我要说这个有一些没有意义的话。
没了。
They're really glad to have this chance to come and tour Canada. They hope to tour other places, and you know, they hope people will like their music.
They
So
do.
give it a listen. Yeah. Hope they can see everybody in person.
Perfect. Thank you. Once again, Kanatal and KXP on Sama.